Hey everybody, it's Lori. Join the revolution. It's our evolution. It starts with us, 32824, Lori Elliot, channeling higher knowledge for the collective. We are enough, we are divine, we are children of the sun. Listen, the next few months we all know are going to be kind of wild and crazy. Everybody's talking about it. Hang in there. What we want you to know is that you guys are doing a kick-ass job. You're wonderful. You're great. And you deserve a break. So if you need to take a break, take an extra couple hours a day to just relax and do something you really enjoy. Cuddle up to a good book, a good movie. Eat ice cream. That's what I do. Paint a picture. Take a walk. You know, if you got a pet, just spend time with your pet or someone you really care about. Take the extra time now because things are going to get crazy, and really do your work and know that you've done a good job and you've hung in there and kept the hope and the faith alive, and that's what counts. These are not the easiest times for us to go through, and for us it's time, and we're well aware of the time, but our guides and the higher entities who are in charge and are actually handling everything, they said to just be cool, you know, it's going to be all right. So really limit your screen and internet time. I'm actually unplugging mine at night now, and so I can sleep better, and I may start turning off my phone as well, the power completely. It is a real imperative that, and I cannot express this enough, that what you focus on, you bring about. So I'm learning this the real hard way, and I'm quickly trying to learn how to control my mind. This has been really difficult for me because of not liking to be vulnerable. Number one, not even with my angels or gods or, you know, the plethora of help we have from ancestors and other spirit beings. But it's real important right now to lay down the swords. I know we don't want to, and we feel probably more vulnerable now than ever. But we have to be more vulnerable and trust that our angels have our backs and our ancestors, and that God is in charge and the source has got it. We just have to trust that. We have to have our faith. We really have to stand in our faith now and ignore what's going on out there. I mean, really ignore it, because, and I think we're at that point where now, when we're doing readings or anything like that, I think it's time that we start really, really just focusing on the soul's journey. Forget the karmics and all that. So we have to stop feeding the negative, even feeding the ego. It worked for a long time, and it's good because we all needed it. I'm a #1 believer that our egos need to be fed once in a while, and every now and then we need a cheerleader out there. And but we really have to be cautious now what we say and what we focus on, because it's dangerous right now to the collective, because we're more in tune and we're a little more powerful because we are more in tune, and our creations are being created quickly now. So we really, really have to watch what we're focusing on, even when we're giving readings, tarot readings, and etc. We have to remember that the karmics and the narcissists and everything else played a part in our lives, each of our lives. And they played a very big part because it was part of our biggest lessons to learn to build boundaries, and that it was okay to protect ourselves with those boundaries, that we have a right to be strong and yet vulnerable and loving. So we don't, just so we don't get out of hand with our own egos and cheerleading and the needing of enjoying what's happening to other people because, they did us wrong, or, did the collective wrong, or whoever you're talking to. Let's kind of let that drop, because I'm afraid, well, not afraid, I just know that what we focus on is what we are creating. So that includes giving readings. So let's keep it to the soul path and the journey. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. It is the journey that is more imperative than the outcome. This has been a real hard one for me because they have been talking about that I need to move up a few levels now. And I have been fighting it because I couldn't see what the other levels held. I'm being real picky about where I go and what I tap into. And I've seen a lot. I went down the rabbit hole. I saw more than I ever wanted to see. And there's moments I have that I wish I'd just never done it. Kind of like the kid in Matrix that said, hey, plug me back in, man. I want to eat steak again. Yeah, I have days like that. I'm sure all of you do too. And admitting to my spirit team that they scared the shit out of me because I'm with some very powerful beings in the universe, and they're helping me, but I've been fighting it tooth and nail, and it is incredibly hard to look in the mirror. It's been incredibly hard for me to admit fear or insecurities. And insecurity I could handle at times, but I don't like telling anybody I'm afraid of anything. And it's well, it brought in more help than I could ever ask for. Any one person could ask for. So go ahead and sit in it. And if you need someone to talk to, my email is always in the description. I'm here for the collective. And I know that none of it's easy, but you guys have been doing a kick-ass job. But I'm letting you know now from my own experience this morning that what we focus on, we become, and we are becoming. And turn off the internet completely after you do your job. Don't go watching a bunch of stuff. I was watching stuff 24/7 because I liked hearing voices talk. Problem is, I'm hearing those voices too, even though I'm indirectly listening for the most part. And all of a sudden it started just playing back in my head today. And I was like, oh, no. Now I get it. So it's real important that we really focus on what we're thinking and speaking now more than ever. And things are going to speed up. Things are absolutely going in the right direction. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Trust the universe. Have your faith. This is where you sit on your faith alone now. and your heart. Do everything from your heart. I know that there are some of you out there that have been through hell and back. I get it. I've been there too. And I do feel for you, and I've been where you're at, and I need you to know that I'm here if you need somebody to talk to and to help keep you in the positive. We got to stay in the positive. We got to stop worrying about who does what, and we got to know and have faith that God is taking care of all those jack-offs out there, all those jackasses, all those bitches. It's done. Let God take care of it, and the angels. You focus on joy and happiness. because you're loved. You're loved deeply. We all are, when we are loved. Hell, we're little golden light beings, most of us. And when we're in our natural soul out there in the upper dimensions, we're just happy little larks. So find the joy. Joy starts inside of each of us, and then we spread it outwards. Practice with your spirit guides and your angels. Practice with them holding your energy and kind of having an outer phosphorus, feel to it outside to keep other entities from really coming at you. Our lights are growing now, or they're getting brighter, and it's attracting a lot more entities. Some that we're supposed to help will know. You got the gift of discernment. You'll know. You got that empathy, that gut feeling. Listen to it. But use that phosphorus look around your bubble of white light, around your aura, so that it wards them off. They can't come that close. They can't get into your field. I'm sure a lot of you know how to do all this stuff. I'm just learning because I just always felt they couldn't hurt me. But they can interfere, so, I'm learning that. Talk about your dark night of the soul and what it really was and what it really means to your people that listen to you. It's time. It's time they understand what it really means, if they want to know. But it's time you talk about it, because for years I kept saying, well, what is that? What is that? I thought the shadow. I thought they meant my dark side, the side that I knew I could be wicked if I wanted to. And especially when I feel cornered, I thought it was that part of me that was the shadow. Oh no, that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about all those crappy little things that, I hide from, or, truths about myself. Things I'm afraid of, things that cause me to go, ugh, or cause me to go in a bad mood, or trigger me, and that the triggers, those are the easy ones because it's right there, Yeah, that type of person triggers you. Why? Because you grew up with it, or, you were hurt by some kid in school, and it was like that, on and on. Those are the easy ones to identify. The hard ones to identify are the ones where we're going so deep now, and they're the things that we don't want to look at, the things that we really feel a deep shame or guilt about. Even if it was just something that was totally out of your hands and there was nothing you really could have done, but you felt responsible somehow, or that you could have done more. Trust me when I say, no, you couldn't have done more. And just you caring about it, and if you change it around, just send a blessing instead, and trust that God will take care of it and they're on their path, you'll be okay. You have to do that. You have to forgive yourself. And you have to do it with some kind of idea that you really realize that there was nothing you could do. And a lot of our guilt and pain comes from not being able to help others or ourselves when we're young, but mostly others. When we see them wrong and we can't do anything about it. And we feel horrible about it because we're light beings and we care. We care deeply for all life. And cut yourself some slack and forgive yourself, and know that, everybody has their path, and we were meant to see it for a reason. I think mostly just to make us aware that it does exist, and that maybe that's something we want to see different in our world. I try to see children running and laughing in the fields and cutting up, and they're always safe, and the dogs are all playing together, and I grew up in an era where for the most part that's the way it was, but there were still pedophiles, and So, you know, cut yourself some slack. You were young, or you were in a situation uh, that you still couldn't have done anything. And let it go. These are the deep things. These are the things that we have to look at about ourselves that are, you don't want to look at. But if I can get through it, you can. Because I'm probably one of the most stubborn, honoring ones that did not want to look. And I wouldn't let anybody know that I felt bad. Yeah, that was my biggest problem. No, not even God was I going to let him know that I felt bad or he hurt my feelings or anybody did. So anyway, it's not easy, but I assure you that it's the best thing that you can do for yourself. Because that's what these energies are bringing up. They're bringing up the really big stuff, and I'm here for you. That's all I'm saying. And the universe is here for you. They love you and they're proud of you, and it's hats off to all of you for making those first steps to help bridge the gap between uh, being asleep and being awoke. And don't be hard on others because they're not waking up. We have to understand, we have to be patient. There is time for all of them to make their own way in time. We can lead a horse to water, but we can't make them drink. So just be leaders, say your truth, and they'll either drink or they won't. But at least it's out there, and something they look and find someday when they're ready. And that's all I got tonight. Lori out. Talk to you later. Bye.